From the title you'll see that it says I love cringy music, and I think I specifically mean a type of genre of music, and I don't know how to explain it, but it's very poppy. As you'll see, like Benson Boone and Alex Warren, I feel like I do enjoy their music. I will say I don't listen to Benson Boone as much as I probably listen to Alex Warren, but I thought I'd speak about it anyway, because obviously there's a lot of like hate going around about basically Benson Boone and Alex Warren in general. I think the video that actually sparked this was about a man singing about the suburbs and getting married.
You'll be married in a year in the suburbs, with a kid on the way in 3. Convincing yourself you're living the American dream. And I'll be dancing out in California, kid who got it all wrong. Convincing myself one day I'll write a love song.
So that was Brendan, I think the name is, and obviously it's he's singing in a crowd with torches all going around him. I feel like this is quite a generic folk music type thing, and I feel like that's what this type of music kinda is, but people aren't happy about it because how cringy his movements are, and I don't disagree that he has been very cringy about it, but I don't know if it is passion for the music or what. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like or dislike that song. I think it's quite generic, if that makes sense. Like, I'm sure when he's releasing things in the future it'll probably be better, but I do believe that one's maybe just fortunately social media's caught it and it's like got this hype, so hopefully that works out for him. But I've seen loads of people actually thinking, is this like a Kyle Gordon skit, like just in general? It does sound like him as well, so I was like, right, that's a good point, right? Let's go look at Kyle's page.
You'll be married in a year in the suburbs, with a kid on the way in 3. Convincing yourself you're living the American dream. And I'll be dancing out in California, the kid who got it all wrong. Convincing myself that one day I'll write a love song.
So obviously Brandon's took it quite well, because he is actually doing like the thing where he's like, oh well, I know it's a joke, so I'll actually go in and like go with it. Like, it's probably the best thing to do instead of like going against it. Actually like enjoy yourself, make fun of it, because obviously like it is a cringy thing. Like the feel like the thing when he's like dancing, like I find that cringy in general. But in my head, and this is going to sound like strange, but I just kind of presumed that was Americans, because I've only ever been over like once, and I don't know many Americans, and the ones that I do know are a lot more quieter than what you see like generically in America, like, I mean, like in media. So I just kind of presumed he was just like this like very like out there American that was like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do, which I very well could be, but it seems like maybe he was just feeling the passion for the song at the time. He was maybe a performer. That's also something people aren't speaking about. He does seem like he's a bit of a performer, so maybe he just wanted to like get into it. It did remind me a lot of Mumford and Sons as well, and I was like, right, okay, that makes sense. People have been complaining, saying we don't have white people music anymore, like that folky thing. So at least we've got this now. But with that point, people are actually saying as well that Benson Boone and Alex Warren are kind of like the reason for this type of music now. And Benson Boone gets a lot of hate, and I don't actually understand the hate he gets. I'll show an example of a video.
I think we're here. Hi, I was just about to teach this little kid Benson how to do a backflip. Step away from that fucking child right now.
So obviously that's just making fun of the full thing, he's doing backflips and stuff like that. And that creator I do find funny, I do see him quite a lot. But that's just a jumping off point for the hate he's getting. I don't understand why. I think people, it's like the full Moonbeam ice cream thing. He said in interviews as well, he doesn't know what it is, so I'm a bit like, right, okay, that's fine. I understand that. There's also a lot of things saying that the fact that he's wearing all like these like Harry Styles type outfits and stuff like that he's like kind of like, that's not him. He's like using that as a personality trait when it's not him, because people are like, oh, when you see his house, it looks like a very generic white house, if that makes sense. Like, not like, I mean like white walls, like white walls and not a lot of decor and stuff like that. But I do believe that maybe he's not 100% like the full like suits and stuff like that, but he maybe enjoys wearing them and he likes performing in them, and he feels like that's maybe the best way he likes to perform. But like outside of that, he's maybe like, alright, okay, yeah, I enjoy like a more basic aesthetic, which is is fine. People are allowed to flip. But there is also the thing of, he is only like 23, 24, and maybe he's just not had time to like, he's obviously just probably bought his house recently, he's not had time to like actually probably like have it nice the way he wants it, or maybe add like wee knickknacks and stuff like that, whatever he's want to put in it. I'm very much like, I don't like having knickknacks, but then I've got like stuff there and then stuff up there as well, so I'm like, obviously I do like having knickknacks, I just don't like the mess of knickknacks. So I understand people maybe saying he's a bit disingenuous, but I think it's also early days in his career, and he's done obviously really well with like all the music so far, so I don't know if it's just a hate because he is doing so well. I'm unsure. I don't believe the hate's warranted, because I feel like quite a lot of it is like quite pushed. Like, you see like some videos and it's just like he's basically done nothing like, apart from singing the video, and people are like, oh my god, hate this so much, you know. Like, I don't see the point in hating on it. If I understand disliking someone, because you can just dislike someone, but I feel like the hate's very pushed on like Benson Boone, because I think people think he's copying Harry Styles. But then I feel like there's like every story essentially is like a different telling of the previous one, and it will be the same for like people in music and stuff like that, because obviously there was Harry Styles, and obviously I'm not too good in music, but there's Harry Styles, and then if you look at like the kind of stuff Harry Styles is doing, I'd maybe say like Freddie Mercury, and then maybe you could go Elton John and stuff like that. I'm sure there's previous people before that in the 60s and stuff like that. It's just like one thing after another now. But Benson Boone's like, I like that look, right, I'll do it now. You never know, maybe in like 3 or 4 years time, maybe he goes, that's not for me, I'll maybe change that up and go for something else. I think people are getting quite annoyed at the fact that he doesn't seem genuine, but I don't think he doesn't seem genuine. There is a lot of things saying that he's also like using AI, but I don't believe that. I just don't have any evidence to not believe it or believe it, so I just don't believe it myself. Whilst I was also doing research for this video, I also seen a really good comment of like people getting annoyed at the Moonbeam ice cream, because obviously people don't know what it is, and then someone's like, Moonbeam ice cream equal to watermelon sugar. Like, it does make sense, like what are they both? I understand maybe watermelon sugar is a bit more of like, sounds nicer, and Moonbeam ice cream doesn't, because obviously it's like gone through like a scale, I think it is, where it's just like from low to high. So I don't know, like I don't know if that's the reason people are disliking it or not. I also wanted to talk about Alex Warren. I feel like people dislike him. I think one of the main reasons people dislike him is because he's maybe like, he's made it quite big quite quick, I feel like, and maybe his music's more like radio music, if that makes sense. I feel like all the people I'm speaking about now are like very much like radio music, like, oh, like, let's get this pop play, like generic music, if that makes sense. The way Alex Warren's done it's maybe annoyed some people that he's done it so quick. So I understand maybe the hate towards him a bit, but then also I think people thought he was also copying David Dobrik for a while, and obviously people don't like David Dobrik. But even before like, they started disliking him, they were still saying like, oh, he was copying David Dobrik.
It's a horrible idea. Please do not do this. There can only be one of us. What does that even mean? Oh my god. And they wanted to show us a few things they've been working on.
Which I understand. But I don't believe he was copying. I believe he was like, yeah, I want to do the same thing as him. Maybe copying some things, but I also just believe that that's just LA influencers for you. They all are kind of the same. I understand as well that he looks like him a bit, he laughs like him, and he speaks like him, which is a bit weird. But I feel like maybe at the beginning he was copying, but now he's moved past that. And now he's kind of doing the full like trying to move into his own thing, which I commend him, because obviously like moving into your own thing is better. I'm also quite confused at the fact that Benson Boone and Alex Warren, both of them have 50 to 60 million listeners a month, but Alex Warren just did a world tour, but it was in like small venues, like in Scotland. It was the O2 Academy, which is like a 2,000 or 3,000 seat. I could be wrong with the numbers, but it's not like a stadium. Not a stadium. It's not like a. We've got like a big venue called the Hydro, which is like 15 to 20,000. I could be wrong, but that's what I think it is. But it's like that's like the next jump up like between the two, and I don't understand why I didn't do that one, because I know the tickets sold out, and I'm like, with 51 million like listeners a month, they should be able to sell that out. And also like I've been to like Busteds who have 1 million like monthly listeners, and they did a full stadium tour, so I'm like, they should be able to do it, but they didn't. And some people's point of this is that there's AI playlists that they're in, so it's like pushing like people are listening to it, like not really listening to it, and it's pushing their monthly listeners up, which I thought was quite interesting. That could be a possibility. I don't know how Spotify does stuff like that. I hope they don't. I think the playlist looks strange, but I don't know if you could say like they're AI at the same time, because it's like the person I've seen specifically doing it, I can't find their TikTok, but the person I've seen specifically talking about it was like, oh, if you look at Benson Boone and Alex Bond, they're both in the same playlist, but it was like, it makes sense because they're currently like UK #1s. So like it would make sense that they're in the same playlist, so I feel like that argument's a bit redundant, but I'm unsure. But yes, I do enjoy cringy music. I don't listen to them all the time. I hopefully have a varied range of music. I do like listening to a lot of things, and I hope that it's not just this and I'm like, yeah, this is what I enjoy. But I don't believe they all deserve as much hate as they get.